in Liverpool this morning, it was super windy. Like the trees were blustering all over the place, and down here it's relatively calm today. In fact, pretty calm, totally calm really. Little breeze coming from sort of the northwest there. There's Lulu over there. This is nice. We've got a windward shore by the looks of things today, which will be nice, easy to get the boat in. It's been record summer temperatures this week in the UK, with temperature records being broken, smashed really by nearly 2 degrees in places. And the last 3 days have been crazy. Like offices have had to close because the heat's been so intense. Today it's going to be a lot more back to normal, about 20 degrees I think today. I'm not feeling 100% today, so I'm going to be getting the boat in today and doing a few jobs on her that are much needed, and then if the wind picks up, if we've got time, we'll go for a sail. But otherwise I think today is going to be all about sorting a few things out. Right, we're going to do some little quick wins first. First of all, I found this at B&Q. No, Wilkinson's. It's like a budget hardware store in the UK, Wilkinson's, and it's actually for kneeling on, but I'm going to use it for sitting on because this fiberglass or wood can be quite testing on the old posterior, where especially when you're on the boat all day. And it actually, look, you can see there's a little bit pops out, so I can actually tie that off somewhere, so it's nice and safe. And I can test this one out. It's only £1, I think, so you know, if I'm sitting here I can either use it as a backrest or maybe like that, or sitting on it. It will just give that extra little give. And then actually, you know, if you really needed to, they could make makeshift fenders as well. So that's 2022's July candidate for best purchase of the year, possibly. We'll see how it goes today. Right, we've got our box of stuff. Been spending a little bit. So the first thing we've got here, actually, I don't think I've shown you this yet, is a compass. And this one is a hand compass that also has a bracket that will allow you to use it as a ship's compass, but at the same time you can use that as a bearing. Actually, that's pretty cool, the bearing on there. I don't know if you can make out, if I kind of get out the way, you can see there's 2 lines and you line them up and then you get your bearing that way. So you should be seeing something in the region of 30-ish degrees, I think. And then when we are finished, you know, taking bearings, we can actually put it on the boat. So let's bring this down here. We've got to find a really good place to put this. I mean, ideally, somewhere like this would be perfect. This cleat really does get in the way. So I'm wondering whether we move this cleat, to be honest with you. Maybe move it somewhere up here, but I'm also worried we've got a slight crack in the teak here. So the other area would be here, but we've got to be very careful of the centerboard. So I don't think, no, we can't go there. The other place it could go is here. Let's have a look. Hey. That will obviously be screwed in. The beauty of this compass is it can go in any orientation and it'll work. I mean, I like the idea of it being right over there, so you can sort of almost line it up with your field of view, but it is quite a long way away over there. Let's move it over here. So again, if we start putting a piece, you know, start utilising this little area where the old bilge pump was, let's move the camera down, just here. You know, having it sort of here or here. I don't like that because I don't really know which way we're going. I'd rather it had the point here level with where we were going, so you know either way, yeah, which way we're going. So, you know, we could have it like that, you know. I think I've got to stop worrying about putting screws in the boat. It's not a big deal. That would be perfect. But again, if we're beating and we want to sit up here, not ideal, is it? So ideally it needs to be sort of here, and then hopefully we can sort of sit. Yeah, if I can put it, it'll have to go to one side because there's a crack in the wood here. But if we kind of put it here, I can still maybe sit here. I'll actually go a little further forward because it's only this that alters things. So we could do that. Then we've still got a seat here. Probably not going to sit on this area anyway because normally the centerboard would be down. And then, yeah, that you can see would just catch there. We could put it here and just make sure when we set the centerboard we'd have to take it out, but I don't think we're ever going to remember. So I think we do it here and we'll see how we get on with it. So I was going to show you this. It comes with a little kind of weird quilted bag as well, so maybe that's to help protect this, so when I'm not in use we can stow it and stop this from getting scratched, which would be a pain if that got scratched. It comes with it's come to a little bag of screws, so let's see if we can get these out. I think it only needs 2 though. Oh no, 3. Okay, so we're going to do it about there. In fact, I'm going to do it the other side because there's a little bit more wood there. And then we're going to take that off. There's the 3 screws now. I'm hoping these, yeah, they won't go through. That's good. Let's get the right bit on the screwdriver. And I think that there, just about there. What it will do is give me a little bit another talking point on the boat, actually, because it'd be nice to know what bearing we're on and where the wind is coming from, and we can actually take a proper bearing for that now. So, and also we can, when we're anchoring, we can you know, even though we don't really need to here, we can get the compass out and we can take a couple of bearings and we can note that down and check we're not drifting or dragging anchor, should I say. So that's very well secured as well there. Okay. There. So that, again, in the hand, and then very quickly we can stow that there, and then we just need to find a little anchor point for that, maybe just in the, you know, in the event something were to happen. Let's double check that is working properly. Ah, okay. Have I got that on the wrong way? No, that's right. Yeah, it's supposed to snap that bit there. So there we are. I think that's okay. And it seems to be a little bit loose. This doesn't click here. I've got actually a spare one of these and it looks exactly the same. So what we could possibly do is put a little bit of wood or something underneath here just to raise this little tab so it'll snap into this hole a little bit better, because at the moment it comes out of there a little bit too easily for my liking. And then we'll just maybe put a little cleat, we'll put a couple more cleats up here, and we'll just make sure we can cleat that off. So in the lake it's not a big deal. I think this is waterproof, but I don't think it floats, and I don't really want to try test both just yet, so we'll see. We'll do that when we've had a chance to play with it. Next thing, got some new lines. So all I'm going to do, I've got 2 of these. They are the same make as the ones I've got already. They're a little bit longer, these ones are. So all we're going to do is get these stowed away nice and tidily, and we now know we've got 4 lines that are dependable. So I do have some rope. You may be able to see some there. That piece of rope in the front there, I think I'm not keen on that. It looks like the same sort of rope as came with the boat, but it just snapped. So we had to get rid of it because we were more trying to moor the boat up, and the mooring lines just snapped, which won't do. And yeah, so for the sake of sort of, I think these were about £15 each. I've done them the wrong way, actually. I should have done the other way around, but it's okay, they'll still go. For the sake of £15 each, I think these are money well spent. So I'll just do the other one as well. The next thing I'm just going to test is this. It's called a mini trump, and it's a horn. And if you're out on the sea, one of the rules of the water are that you need to be able to signal by sound. So, you know, oh gosh, here, I've just been doing my RIA training, and it's amazing how quickly you forget. But, you know, 1 blast is, I think means I'm going to port. 2 blasts means I intend to go to starboard. This is if you're maybe head on with someone. 5 blasts are something. And also it can double up as a foghorn. So if you're in the fog, you can, you know, use it just as a long blow. Should we give it a go? Oh. Okay, guys. I've been blowing in the wrong side. You blow in this. Oh, wow. That's super loud. Whoa. It's so quiet here that I don't actually want to disturb the piece, but I'm going to do it one more time. Let's listen to this. Yeah, I'm quite impressed with how noisy that is. So that's going to stay on the boat. So this is the clasp I've got for the Mizzen main sheet, and I just don't think it's quite as handy or easy to use as I'd like. I got these 2 snap-shackles, and I think this is the one that's probably, this one here is the one that's probably going to suit. So there's a shackle secured onto the line, and now this will be the same as the main sheet. It'll go on, and it'll be so easy now. Next job is I've got these what are called shroud cleats. Now I've got this one, which is just a standard looking cleat that will attach to the shroud, but I've also got this one here, which has got a hook or loop, should I say, and that one's going to go right to the top. And then what we're going to do is run a line over there that will attach to the bottom here, and then we'll be able to launch flags and things like that. I've got some of my Gorilla super duper tape that's waterproof, strong, and I've just wrapped a little piece of that around here. Ooh, I can feel that super duper tighter now. Whether it stand the test of time, I don't know, but let's see anyway. Oh yeah, that's not going anywhere. And we just now need to lower the bow shroud or where the jib is furled to, and then we'll go nice and easy. Just going to lower it right down there, and then we'll get access to them. Right, first job is to just rip a piece of this tape off. Now make sure we get the right side, because we need it on the left hand side. Just going to do it a little bit further away, about there will probably do. I'm going to try and do this as tight as I can. There, I think that should do. So I've got this in 3mm, I think it's polyester, it could be nylon, 3mm line, which is really good. It's really strong and it's a really great utility line. 3mm is really useful for dinghies as well. So this is going to go through there, and it's got to go right down to the bottom of the shroud. So I'm just going to pop over this way. I'm going to go all the way down, so the shroud would be sort of like that, and then we need to pull enough line in to have at least that. Again, just got to knock this off. You can see how little wind there is today. You can just light this lighter. Normally you have to kind of find a really quiet part of the sheltered area to get the flame to go. It'll be okay. Yep. Okay, so now I'm just going to tie that together so we don't lose the string. I'm just going to use a reef knot for that for now. Well, we've got the mast down. This is the top of the jib, and this is the rotary pin. And actually, to be honest with you, it's now I've oiled that and freed it up, it does spin quite easily. But I did buy this, which has got proper bearings, you know, and it allows, you know, this to spin very freely. See, under load you can feel there's a bit of tension there, whereas this one you feel it hasn't. Now the only problem is this rope will not fit through this hole. So what I'm hoping to do is put a shackle in the top there, which I'm hoping should hold okay. There we go. Yeah, that holds quite well. We're going to put this rope into this new shackle. Crikey. This older sort of rope doesn't half grip well. You can see why they a lot of sailors don't like the more modern Dyneema or nylon type lines, because yeah, they do come undone. So I'm going to put that in there. See, I'm going to do a double. I'm going to do a proper, like an anchor. Or around 10 and 2/2 hitches on there. No, you need a little bit more line. Like that, that's it, we're going to do it. So it's just got a little bit more purchase there. Whoop. Then I'm hoping just need to feed enough line through so we can get these 2 hitches in. That's it. There we go. There we go. And now all we've got to do is attach this to the sail, top of the jib. Hopefully that'll work. There we go, and let's pop this little retaining clip back in. There we go. So now that should spin a lot more freely and be a lot more secure for the top of the jib. We've got a spare one of these now, which, if I thought about it, could have used this on the Mizzen, but there we go. These are very useful, so I'm sure it'll find a new job somehow. There we go. Actually, they're quite nice. They're lovely and tight now. Believe me, that's tight for a Drascombe lugger. So you can see the cleats right up there. We are right out of the way of everything else. There we go. We're just going to untie that, and then this line is going to come all the way down here. Whoop! The reef knot's just come undone to a cleat. I'm going to put the cleat a little bit here, so it's just out the way of everything. Might even put it here. Yeah, let's put it up here. Can always move it. This one's easy to move, and then we'll see if we can get that to work. Oh, there's a bit of a breeze, kicks up. So there we go, it's tied off there. Nice and tight and taut there. And it's tied off right at the top there. And now we can use that for hoisting anything we want. So I've removed that little top clip because, you know, it's just in the way really. And then we'll feed the main sheet through here, which will give it a little bit more, you know, convenience for me. I've been meaning to do this ever since I actually fitted it. I put this tape on here just to stop the ring from making a scraping sound all the while, but all it's done really is stop the ring from moving. It literally gets stuck, so we're going to get rid of it. And to be honest with you, the scraping sound is not that bad. Oh, you can just see how good this tape is. So yeah, we're going to need to get some acetate or something to try and remove the residue of that. Gosh, this Gorilla tape is evil. Good when you need it to be, but not when you don't. There we go. That's that done. So that's now going to move a lot more freely. So it can set the sail a lot better. So I'm just going to try and unfurl the jib. Just one to see how easily it unfurls, which it's so much more, so easy. there, but also just because I want to put some tails on there. Oh, that's not good. Oh man, well that's a bit of a disaster. We've just given it a little pull and it's actually ripped along here. Whoa, so it's probably where you can see where it's sun bleached. It seems to be strong enough around there, so that's going to need to be patched up before it rips anymore. We'll just do this temporarily both sides. Hopefully it won't damage the sail too much. What it's got to do is hold it together. Oh, bit disappointing, but it's rather these things happen here on the lake on a nice quiet day than in the middle of an ocean. It's probably trying to tell me these sails might possibly need a bit of attention, so that's definitely holding it enough for now. But they'll need attending to.